can see that it's somewhat settled. It's a little bit thinner looking on top. I want to make sure that that material is well mixed before. And I can feel down on the bottom, it's a little gooey, so I'm not going to disturb that bottom layer. I'm going just above that layer. And I'm going to take a few moments to really stir it good. And you want to, like I said, you want to do this before you put it into your beaker that you can actually use. Okay, I think that's good. Now I've got my pre-marked 100 milliliter line. I'm going to pour that into there. 100 milliliters should be plenty for this finger. It's better to have a little bit more, but remember that once you put the catalyst in there, it's a done deal. You can't reuse it. Put that to the side. I like to have plenty of paper towel because this stuff makes a mess. It's good to clean up as you go. Okay, we're going to leave the garbage can there. Got my impression material. I'm going to have once you go ahead and have the client remove any jewelry they may have, watches or whatever, go ahead and remove that just for the sake of, even though we don't need that, but it's possible to get it on, well, don't worry about it then. You don't need to cut. Okay, so go ahead. I'm going to let the client apply liberal amount and do the whole hand. Let them cover the whole hand. It's not going to hurt anything. That's good. You can always, if you need more.
Okay. Try to keep it as close to
just
one.
do it over both hands all over.
Okay. I'm zoomed in pretty close, so try to keep them in like one spot.
Now remember, we want to get coverage all the way down here, so I just say do the whole hand. That way we're sure that we got adequate coverage.
Sound gonna be in there too?
That's good. Well, we're doing that side just because you need that hand to.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't like that.
That's
I
fine.
like it for lubricant.
Feels good on
Okay.
my fingers.
Now I'm going to gently pat. I'm examining to make sure. If you have too much impression material, it's going to interfere with our fingerprints. And we want to maintain the fingerprints as much as possible in our impression. Okay, now turn for me. Now you can see how we have a little buildup right here around the cuticle.
Let me get a good close-up of that.
You want to dab that off to make sure we got a clean line, so when we sculpt it, we have an accurate depiction of the nail shape. Now, in between here and on the rest of the hands, I'm not really concerned with. I'm going to leave that, but I've made sure that I just have a glisten of lubricant. Turn like this for me. Okay, good. No buildup. Okay, I'm going to have the client stand. Remember, we're doing just this finger, but if it gets on the other fingers, that's fine. And I usually have the client hold their hand about that high, and that allows me to apply the impression material and then also to scoop it up quickly too, so you don't want to have to scoop all the way up here and have it fall.